don't start a tech company just because you think it's cute or because you feel like, it's something you want to do, right? You have to look into your own life and see what problem or what pain can I solve, right? I was born and raised in Nigeria, you can tell from my accent. So I came to America with only $100 and a suitcase of clothes. So I came poor and broke. So the dream was to be a medical doctor and live the American dream. But halfway through school and stuff, I found that my true calling and passion was entrepreneurship.
Welcome to Black Wealth Weekly podcast, where you can find different guests being interviewed by me, Shaniqua Nicole, the Millennial Money Maven, every single week, where we will be breaking down how they got into their respective industries and are creating wealth for their families. You don't want to miss an episode, so hit the bell and tune in. What's up, family? Welcome to another episode of Black Wealth Weekly. I'm your host, Shaniqua Nicole, the Millennial Money Maven. And I bring you some of the dopest entrepreneurs, and today is no different. I have this king with me today, Uyi Abraham of Voza.
Yes.
What's going on, King? How are you?
Great. I'm excited. I feel like being with my celebrity person that I've been admiring for a while and getting to talk to for a while. We've been trying to have this happen and be like, when am I going to come on your show?
We've been trying to connect. I know.
Yeah. It's a pleasure being here, though.
I'm excited. I appreciate you for being here. I thank you for wanting to even be on the platform.
Sure.
Because I know what you're doing is helping people. Y'all, he even just gave me some inspiration.
Yeah.
Before we turned the cameras on, he said, "You're so dope. I can see you having $1 million a month coaching business."
Yeah, definitely.
Y'all, I received that. So, King, tell us what you do.
Yeah, so I'm Uyi Abraham. I'm the founder and CEO of Voza.com, which is an all-in-one platform to create and sell courses and digital products. But we go beyond just courses and digital products. So if you want to sell ebooks or run your entire business all in one place. And the reason why that's important is that I've been a course creator now for maybe about 15 years.
Okay.
Before it became so popular. And so I was using different tools to run my business online.
Yes.
And it was so frustrating and overwhelming trying to keep up with these tools and logins and passwords and trying to use Zapier to tie them all together.
Right.
I was like, this is insanity.
Right.
Why can't I just have one simple, easy platform to run my business so I can focus on serving my customers? And there was nothing like that. Now everybody's trying to go all in one.
Yeah.
But when we started working on Voza, there was nothing like that in 2019. So we're like the first all-in-one platform. And we have the only all-in-one Black-owned platform.
I love it.
For creators to create and sell online.
I love it. So you said, well, this is what I want.
Yeah.
There's nothing out there.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go and create it.
Exactly.
So what does it look like to create an app or software? Like, were you a programmer? How did that process kind of, start to come to fruition for you?
Yeah, very good question. So I've not been a programmer. I mean, I can code a little bit, but not like build the kind of software that we want for Voza. So pretty much I just recruited a CTO, which is a Chief Technical Officer. So when I got my first software engineer, so it was one that worked with me to build our whole software team, So I went to online, Upwork. I mean, I tried the first time. I was duped by some guys in India.
Yeah. How do you avoid the scams? I've heard.
Yeah.
People stealing people's ideas or just taking money and never delivering.
Exactly. That was my case. They promised they could build it, but they couldn't.
Right.
And so they wasted like $100,000 of my money and 6 months of my time, and I was discouraged.
Oh my
gosh.
But
I just felt like God gave me this vision, not just only for me, because just to kind of piggyback a little bit, every business I have started in my life was as a result of a personal pain that I had, right? So I turned my pain into a business because most times the pain I have, other people have similar pain as well.
Right.
And they need a solution just like I have. So if I could create that solution for myself and for other people, then I just turned into a business. So I just knew that the idea for Voza is beyond me. That's going to help a lot of creators and entrepreneurs to simplify their online business so that they could save time and save money and be more, streamlined in their operations.
Yeah.
So I just never gave up, and I just kept interviewing a bunch of other people until I found the right partner to help me to build the whole software.
Gotcha. So now you own a software company. So it sounds like, I mean, if there's a big name box that you would kind of compare it to, what company would you say out there, that you're the black owned version of?
Yeah, so I would say we are the black owned and better version of Kajabi.
Okay.
Yeah, because really with the tools that Vonza offers, Kajabi is the only one that offers similar, but Vonza offers more and definitely better. But Kajabi is the closest competitor we have.
Gotcha. So tell me a little bit about the tools that you do have and how people can, how people can use it to build a business.
Yeah. So, for example, you can turn your knowledge into income through online courses, community, membership. You can do ebooks, you can sell physical products, so you don't need Shopify. You can just sell physical products on Bonza. You can do payments, payment processing, forms. You don't need Google Forms. You can use Vonza Forms and scheduling. So say bye to Calendly and
Right.
Acuity, which
Right.
you were using. I'm like, why is she using
I do
Acuity?
use
That's
Acuity.
so old school. Like why don't you just use Vonza, everything in one place.
I know.
So no need for Acuity or Calendly. You can use Vonza
Yeah.
scheduling for that. We also have cloud. So if you use like Dropbox to save your files, so you can use Vonza Cloud for that. Then we just release SMS and texting for those that use community texting and all of that kind of stuff. So Vonza is pretty much like 12 tools in one place. And they work so well and they are so interconnected.
Yeah.
And they just consolidates all the tools.
That's great.
So no need to have multiple platform and passwords and team.
Right.
So Vonza just automates the business.
Right.
So it's really perfect for like one person business or a growing business that don't want to hire too many people to do processes that Vonza can run for you.
Yeah. No, I know me personally, even as a small business where I don't have a lot of employees, but I have a couple people, I have some VAs, having one place where we can work with my clients, we can market to the clients, we can host, documents, we can have our different websites, text messaging.
Website too.
So you have the websites, you have funnels and stuff.
I forgot that too. You can build your website on Vonza.
Okay.
Hosting included, then also to sales funnels as well.
Yeah. Awesome. Yeah. No, I know personally having all of that in one place is such a huge value because like you said, before this, I was using Zapier. Zapier would break. And then you got to figure out, like you said, you got a password for Zapier, you got a password for what it's connected to. And things just break
together.
Things break all the time. And when you are in a day and age like we are now, where people are having $1 million days in their coaching business and making $50,000, $60,000 a month, you don't want to miss a day.
Exactly.
You don't want to miss a day on the internet because your back office is not put together. So, got you. I love that. I love that. So you said when you first got started, you lost $100,000.
Yes.
So how much did you end up investing to get this business started?
So far, we've invested over $1 million.
Wow.
Into Vonza. Yeah. And that's one reason why a lot of black people don't go into software because it's very expensive.
Yeah.
Right? To get a good software engineer, they can charge up to $300,000 a year. So if you hire 2 software engineers in America, you already blow up $1 million.
Right.
But we have to go overseas. So our tech team, our product team are overseas. Then our customer service, operations, and some of our teams are here in the United States. But in terms of the software development, we have to have a team and offices overseas to make it cheaper to do.
Yeah.
And another thing too that we suffer as black-owned tech companies is that, tech is a white boys business, right? Whereas the Kajabi, ClickFunnels, Teachable, they're all white people. So white people, they understand tech, they can fund and support tech companies. But when you're trying to tell a black person about tech, to invest in tech, it's harder for us to see. As a culture, because it's new to us. We don't really do tech. We do basketball teams, we do soccer, we do music, we do real estate, we do coaching and stuff like that, So that's one of the most difficult thing we've experienced, whereby, we being black, and it's a white boys club.
Right.
Sometimes it's harder for them to give us funding,
Yeah, I was going to ask
like
you
those
that.
other
So, did
guys.
you get funding
No, we
for your
only
business, or is it all
we
mostly self-funded?
it's self-funded 99%. We only got two investors, two
Okay.
black investors. I was on David Chan's podcast. Shout out to David Chan's. And
Shout out to the guy.
and somebody saw us on there and was like, wow, black owned. I want to be a part of it. And he
Yeah.
wrote us a check for 6 figures.
Wow.
Yeah, black guy. Then also a wife founder of one of our competitors. I don't want to call his name.
Yeah.
Black owned founder of
Oh, nice.
that also wrote us a check too. Other
Nice.
than that, 100% have
So,
been.
but you didn't like go out and do any active pitching. People kind of just came to you.
That's a blessing.
Right.
And let me just say that to the audience right now. Don't go about trying to over promote yourself or beg people to help you. If you just keep doing your thing, God will send the right people to help you.
Amen.
These two situations, I did not even stress about it. But I
Right.
was stressing to beg the white boys to give us money, they turned us down. But I just got two brothers that saw me on podcast. If I one saw me on LinkedIn, then the other person saw me on a podcast and just reached out and say, I want to invest. I just want to support. Just tell me whatever the valuation is. I'm going to invest at that valuation. And I thought it was plain. I was
What valuation
ignoring.
you give them?
At the time, it was $10 million.
Okay.
At the time, yeah. That was like 2 years ago.
Nice.
Yeah, it was at $10 million. But now we are $30 million in valuation.
I love it.
And 15,000 customers.
Yeah.
Which is amazing. Yeah.
That is amazing.
And I don't know if
Wow.
there's any other black-owned, only one. I know there's a black-owned course platform, but I don't know if there's any other black-owned, only one platform. But if there is, then Voza has to be the biggest because
Yeah.
we're at 15,000. I don't think any other person comes close.
I love
and
it.
at 30 million valuation, yeah.
Wow. That is awesome. So let me ask you, so for like the young person out there trying to figure it out, trying to get started in tech, I have some mentees that have asked me this, like how do I get my idea heard? How do I get this funding? And I wanted to talk about, we talked about the White Boys Club and all this
Yeah.
funding. I just want to take a break because we just had that bank fail in
Yeah.
California that funds
MVP.
all of the tech industry,
Uh-huh.
right? So it's been so interesting to me because it really just unfolds and unravels the idea that money is not real.
Yeah.
So like you have all these tech firms that are raising all these millions and millions and millions of dollars, and then you have this bank holding billions, but they have no money.
Exactly. They have no money, which is interesting.
They have
right?
no money. And then you have these tech companies now that need to make payroll and can't because the bank is failing. So money is a thought. Money is like, it's not real.
Yeah.
Right? And it's like you can have access to however much of it worth of value you're willing to bring to the universe.
Yeah.
So I just want to caveat and say that. But for the young person, get back to my question, out there trying to figure it out, maybe out of college, can't get a job, or maybe they're working in tech already,
Yeah.
but they kind of want to start their own thing. They don't have a whole lot of money. Where do they start? How do they start?
Woo! With tech is harder, right? It's not like coaching. You can make 6 figures in coaching easy because you can get 10 people pay you,
$10,000, you got $100,000.
Yeah, $100,000, yeah. But you cannot charge $10,000 for software, so it's harder. But for me, I would say the key is you gotta solve your own problem, right? Don't start a tech company just because you think it's cute or because you feel like, it's something you want to do, right? You have to look into your own life and see what problem or what pain can I solve, right? The founder of Calendly is a friend of mine. He's Nigerian, like me too, black guy. And, he was trying to do some events and scheduling tool he was using was bad. And he was like, why can't scheduling be easier? So it was his own personal pain and problem that he created Calendly to solve.
Right.
The same thing with Voza. I was having a course launch and my Zapier crashed and everything messed up. I lost money. And I was like, okay, this is not good. It was so embarrassing and shameful. So I decided to create a solution. I want to create a software that will help me to run my entire business. So now if things go well or it goes bad, I'm not trying to lose hope or give up because I'm solving a problem I have.
Right.
Right. So Whether it's, don't matter what type of tech you want to solve, but make sure it's a pain you understand very well. Make sure it's a customer segment you understand very well, and make sure it's a pain that is personal to you. So then it's not just a business, it's a mission.
Right.
I want to simplify online business for creators because I know how difficult and painful it was for me to be able to run my business online.
Yeah.
I know how much money I knew money I lost because I couldn't afford so many software, paying for
Right.
12 tools. So I wanted to make it simple and least expensive to run a business online. So it's a mission for me. So even when I have good days or bad days, I have a mission. I'm not just trying to run a business, right? So when you have that mission, that vision, that pain, it makes it easier. Then second thing I would say when it comes to software is that you need to have some money because it's expensive to run.
That's the
You need to,
unfortunate truth.
yeah, yeah, you're going to have to be rich or have, Shaniqua be your investor because she got money. I don't know if you guys can see her drip.
Oh
She's
my
dripping,
goodness.
some Rolex and
$30 million
everything.
valuation, guys.
So she's
He
drip.
has some money to invest. I have a lot of access to rich friends here, like Mr. Vonza, who owns $30 million companies, and he may possibly want to invest in your venture. So,
I might. Hey, if it's a problem you have, you're passionate about it, definitely. Because
Right.
I suffered with funding, so I want to help other people not go through the same pain that I did. So I will definitely, if it makes sense, I will be open to that. Especially if you're black owned, because 98% of the funding that goes on in the industry goes to white boys. Black founders are not
Well,
giving money. Even
you know
women
what's
are
so
not
crazy?
giving money.
We clearly have a different culture,
Yeah.
right? Because you're sitting here telling people, don't go out there don't go begging people, don't go asking for money, don't try and raise money, just buckle down, do what you got to do. That is our culture.
Yeah.
That's our fabric. Like that's ingrained in us. Like I am gonna do what I got to do.
Yeah.
That is not the culture when it comes to tech
That
and
is
the
not.
white tech. It's
That's
like
not.
make your idea. Like I've been to Forbes conferences and stuff like this where they're doing pitches and you've got students out there talking about their ideas. And guess what? They're ideas.
Ideas, no customer.
No
They
customers.
raise millions of dollars with
They
zero
win-
customer,
they-
just on an idea and a
It's so
pitch deck
crazy.
and a PowerPoint.
And so that is like, and that I don't know if that's like just our generation because like this is kind of what the tech bubble has created. That's the culture of tech is, you don't even need a business. You come with an idea and you can raise millions of dollars off of your idea.
Exactly. Especially if you're white and connections too. Many times too, what people don't see behind the scenes is relationship, which just doesn't make sense. We would think that you should fund great ideas, right? But that's not how it usually work. It's about relationships. It's about
Right.
what school you went to.
Yeah.
Did you go to Harvard or Yale, right? Or MIT, or who your connections are, or who's gonna make intro for you, right? Certain people made the right intro for you. You can have your idea on a napkin and somebody's going to fund you. There's this company called Superhuman. They do emails, right? They raised like $500 million and had no product for the first 2 years. Why? Because
They could.
because the club
Right.
who's going to speak for you, who's going to make the intro for you. And once you have those advantages,
Well, that's the thing. At the end of the day, you have the VC companies and the bankers. They have to take money and make more money with it. So they
Exactly.
have to deploy money. So if you have an idea, then perhaps you can get funded. And so I think that brings back a key that maybe we need to introduce into our culture is, we have to spend the money. We have to make money to invest it.
Yeah.
Money is a seed. And it should be used in that way. And that's how venture capitalists do. That's why they do the seed rounds,
Yeah.
seed
Yeah.
one, so I think if we shift our culture a little bit in understanding that money is a seed
Yeah.
and we need to take the money that we make and investing it back in people and back in other businesses, then maybe that'll breed a culture of new
Yeah.
tech, new, young, creative, black,
We need to.
guys out of college or building the next Uber or whatever.
Exactly. We need to. But I think fundamentally, Black people as a whole, we need to start thinking about the bigger game and the long-term game, right? Because I've spoken to a lot of Black entrepreneurs that are doing very well, but they don't get tech. And part of the problem is that a lot of them told me that they rather invest in something that they can get their return back quickly, right? You can invest in a coach and they can make six figures and you split 50% with them. But when it's tech, white boys, they are willing to wait 6 years, 8 years,
Yeah.
average, sometimes 10 years before they make a return. But when they do, it's going to be 200, 500x of what they put in.
Right.
So they are willing to wait the long-term game. But our culture, we just want to make money now, which is a problem. Before
And that's why I told you I don't want to coach. 'Cause I'm focused on my long term. I'm focused on my
you're
retirement.
different.
That's just where my mind is
You
right now.
are different, right? You are different, but our culture is sometimes so myopic. That's why before online business became a thing, right? What do? We start a barber shop. We start cleaning, some physical type of
Yeah,
business.
work with our hands.
Work with our hands,
Yeah.
right? And because we want to make money every day, right? We just want to start a business to make money every day. But we don't think like, you know what, I want to start a business whereby I know already I might not make any profit for 3 years. But when that money comes, it's going to change my generation forever. So it's a concept that the white boys have understood for years. So they could fund Uber, fund Coinbase, and fund these other businesses. And then they know that they put 100K in very early, maybe seed round, and then 5 years IPO, that 100K become $10 million or $20 million. You get what I'm saying? So I just hope that some black influencers are watching right here. We are so behind when it comes to black tech.
Yeah.
Right. There's a different landscape that is bigger than 6 or 7 or 8 figures online.
Right.
Right. There are people now that own equity in multi-billion-dollar companies. Right. And multi-billion-dollar companies, where does it easily come in? Tech, real estate, real estate software. Otherwise, it's easy, it's hard. It's hard to be the 8 figure coaching business.
Yeah.
It's very hard, right? Or sometimes it's not even sustainable. It's not even a business that you can easily just exit or sell, right? But real estate, tech, stocks, software is where these people have made billions of dollars, right? So if we want to play in this billions game and not just 6 or 7 or 8 figures online, we have to own real estate, big ones. We have
Right.
to own tech. We have to own software. We have to own stocks in big numbers, you
Right.
know?
Yeah. So, what are your goals? Like, what are your goals for Vonza? What's your plan? You know, what do you see for it long term? Because I mean, you're still in your infancy. You just started in 2019, so
we
5 years old.
3?
Three?
I think 3 years.
Oh,
Yeah.
Or my math, 4 years. 4 years. Okay.
Yeah. So our goal is to be the first black-owned $1 billion creators platform, right?
From your mouth to God's ears.
Because why not? Nobody else have done it. Calendly is black owned, but all they do is scheduling, right? But there's no black tech or black owned tech in our space.
Didn't
for
Calendly get
courses.
bought?
No, they are not bought, but yeah, they might IPO soon.
Okay, they're
Yeah,
gonna IPO.
yeah, but it became a billionaire too. So the founder, he was featured on Forbes. He became a billionaire because
We need
he
you
owned-
on here, by the way.
Yeah, Tobe is a great guy. He became a billionaire because he owned over, by equity and stuff like
Right.
that. Yeah. So Vonza is going to be the first black-owned creators platform to hit $1 billion in valuation. So we're looking at 5 years to do that, 5 more years from now.
Okay.
So we need everybody out there to come to Vonza, and don't have this bias, which we see too sometimes, Oh, are you guys really that good? Blah, blah, blah. Why? Because the founder is black. Like those white people, are they smarter than us? They're not, right? So we are smart or smarter or just as smart like anybody else.
Yeah.
And our technical team are not even black anyway, if that helps. None of our 0% of our technical team is black.
So tell
All of
me
them are
this.
white, if that helps.
If you're so if people want to come and
Yeah.
start on Vonza, who are those people? Are these people like coaches or
Yes.
who's the ideal person to come?
Yeah,
use
so
Vonza?
our customers, they vary, but they typically coaches, consultants, creators, course creators, and e-commerce people, So that's kind of the five biggest.
Anybody that want to make money online.
Anybody that want to make money online. If you can create and sell something, a service, your time, a product, a knowledge, it doesn't matter. As long as you have something you can, or even to take money, because we have Voza forms, which you can also use as invoicing as well. So you want to take money, you can. And this is one of the things we just did too. Because initially we had like a 14 days free trial without a credit card. But then it just kind of started bothering me because people were reaching out to us. Our people, and be like, oh, I can afford $99. I have a longer time to try it. Can I sell them, pay you guys, blah, 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 So it really kind of broke my heart a little bit, And it just reminded me of the original reason for Voza, to make it simple and easy for anybody, anywhere, to create and sell online and make money online. So we just released now our free forever plan so that you can use any of our tools free forever. But if you sell and you make money, just give us a cut, 10%. If you don't sell, you can use it for as long as you want forever. So that for those who are starting out and they have that fear of, I pay $99 a month and I don't make money, what will happen to me? Just start for free. Just sell online, right? Then if you sell, just like church, you give 10% to Voza. And if you don't sell, that's fine. You raise it forever.
I thought it was 20%.
Yeah. So, just give us a cut whenever you sell. If you don't sell, use our tools.
Oh, that's an interesting model. I love that. Yeah. So you have that free version, but then you have more pro tools as well.
Exactly.
Gotcha.
So the difference is that, because if you do the math, if you're selling over $1,000 a month, it might just make sense for you to go into our paid subscription plans because those do not have any kind of transaction fee.
Gotcha.
Right? Because if you're making $1,000 a month, 10%, you're giving us $100.
Yeah.
If you make $5,000 a month, you're giving us more money than you would have given us if you're on a paid plan.
Yeah.
So, but starting out is always good. Just start for free.
I love that.
When you're ready to I think my money is about to start going up. I don't want to be giving Voza 10% every time.
Right.
They just upgrade to our paid plans that starts at $99 a month.
Got you. Yeah. I love that. Wow, free forever.
That's
a really cool model. I've never seen that. I have seen pay one time and you get it free forever.
Yeah.
But yeah, free forever. Y'all make sure y'all check that out.
Free forever. So that's why, because you pay Equity right now.
Yeah.
Why don't you use Voza? It's free forever, and it's better, right? So we're gonna bring that to Voza.
I'm coming to Voza.
Because we need more, dope entrepreneurs like her to rep what we're doing about
yeah, absolutely.
And be part of this dream.
Yes.
To take this thing to
$1 billion. And
we got money to maybe can also be and write us a check. I'm speaking into existence too, and I know it's a reality.
Right? Too. Yes. Amen.
I just see Billy all over you.
I love it. You see Billy all over me.
Yeah, Billy. Billionaire.
Yes. Received. Oh man, in the name of Jesus. Okay, man, I love that.
Hallelujah.
Yes. No, I'm excited. I'm excited for you. 3 years, 4 years in is super, super young.
Yeah.
We typically work 10, 15 years before we even get to this point. I mean, especially where you've invested over $1 million in your business.
Yeah.
This week's episode is sponsored by ABCs for Rich Kids by 7-year-old author and entrepreneur Bryce Nicholas. Please tell us where we can find your book.
ABCsforRichKids.com.
Awesome. This book is so amazing, guys. It literally goes from A to Z with different financial terms for your little loved ones. Awesome. So we've got F is for future value. E is for evaluation. H is for air. Guys, if you do not have this book, the Amazon #1 bestseller, please go and grab it now at abcsforrichkids.com. So let's see. So do you, outside of Voza, I know Voza is something, that you've been doing, 3-4 years. What else do you do to help entrepreneurs and to help business owners out there? Because, y'all, like I told you, we were talking
Yeah.
and you were telling me about all these coaches that you're working with.
Yeah.
What does really the coaching space look like these days? You know, everybody's coaching. You
Yeah.
know, how much money can you make? Should I
So
even
much.
coach? You know, like tell me a little bit about what the coaching space looks like these days.
Coaching space is hot. It's not going anywhere. The only space that's kind of got a little bit cold, a little bit, is a course creation. Like in 2020, during the pandemic, everybody was creating courses, you know. But now the coaching space is hot now because people will always want to improve. People always want to get better,
Yeah.
right? And the black people just got into coaching the last 3-4 years.
Yeah.
But they've been the Jim Rohn, Tony Robbins, Ed Millett, Grant Cardone.
decades.
They've been making money from coaching
Decades.
billions of dollars.
Right.
Russell Brunson, right? So we just kind of got into the coaching industry. So a coach is pretty much somebody that helps anybody improve or get better or get certain
Some kind of
desired
result.
results,
Yep.
right? So if you can get somebody a result, and it doesn't have to be 10% or 10x, sometimes just 1% better. People want to be better.
Yeah.
So it just left for that coach to understand their target market and to put their systems and operations together, get their offer right, and just talk to their customers, pretty much. If you can convince somebody, everybody needs help in one way or the other. Every single person needs help,
Right.
right? You know,
I'm always looking for help.
everybody, right? Everybody, right? I have a home gym. I have a gym in my home. I've been trying to kind of lose like 10 pounds
Yeah.
around my abs and stuff.
Right.
I heard now that guys do BBL. Somebody said, why you want to bother yourself? Just go to Jamaica. And you can do a BBL. I'm like, I want to try to do the natural
The
way.
BBL is
for guys.
for women,
Guys
but
do it
men
now.
get lipo. So men get liposuction.
is it like-
It's just lipo. But they make the abs. They do the etching. Yeah, it's called ab etching.
Okay.
They do the ab etching where they'll, take the fat out, but then
And it's like a
make it look like
six-pack.
abs.
Right,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
So
Listen,
exactly.
the illusion.
Exactly. So I've been trying to do that on my own. I can't. So
Right.
because I just don't have that discipline in that area. I feel like I'm wasting time if I'm spending more than 30 minutes in the gym when I could be making six figures,
Right.
So now I need to find a coach to help me do that because I cannot get that results myself. So what I'm trying to say is that every single person needs help in one area or the other.
Yeah.
So coaching is not going anywhere. Like I was saying before we came on to, you are dope, you are awesome in accounting and taxing and stuff like that. But there's a lot more money and you do services right now, but just kind of streamlining like a cohort program.
Yeah.
Whereby there's a course and a coaching program. Like could just be once a month, right? An hour once a month. That's not too much time. You
Yeah.
can do that. But you can literally scale your business 100x by doing that. One, you're able to impact more people because you do the work one time, which is the course.
Right.
And then the coaching is just an hour a month compared to if you're doing consulting. Like how many clients can you consult with in a month or
Right.
in a year?
To make my 6 figures a month.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Compared to, you can have thousands of people in your community,
Right.
in your group, And let me give another bar too, because I'm also releasing a new course myself called The
Okay.
New Reach, which is to help people to build 6, 7, 8-figure businesses online. And I figured out, because I've been doing this for about over a decade, maybe 2 decades, close to, that there's a trifecta that works best: a course, coaching, and community. Community is really awesome. You have to have a community in 2023 and beyond.
Right.
Otherwise, you're going to be hustling forever. But when you have a community, that's a tribe, they vibe with you.
Right.
If you have a course, a product, whatever new thing you're doing, people that like you, that
Yeah.
are connected with you, right? So it just makes it just easier to also build a kind of automated business.
Gotcha. Yeah, so I was telling him, guys, that I figured out that I don't want to coach. And I know I break so many people's hearts when I
And
say
you're so
that.
great at it. So I don't know why. You're so great at it,
So he's telling y'all what he literally just told me.
Yeah.
And, he works with coaches and consultants and
Yeah.
helping them structure and streamline their business.
Yeah.
So I appreciate that. Like,
Yeah.
that's a bar. So you have a
Pretty
coaching group. You get a trifecta. You get the course, coaching, and community.
community.
Gotcha. And you're saying that people are okay with just meeting once a month?
Exactly, they will. But now, what's some other
Oh, well,
coaches?
just me once a month.
Could be just
and
with
then
you.
I pay other people to do at least once a week.
Exactly.
Right. So yeah,
And it could be-
I know the model.
It could be $25. You can even pay them $50 an hour.
Yeah.
They'll be happy to do that. For
Right.
You. But the sense is that community. That is the
Thing.
game changer. That's a game changer. Otherwise, you're going to be hustling so hard to sell more courses or more
Or
coaching.
get more coaching.
But when you have that community, your tribe,
Right.
it is a game changer. I think we saw also too at Invest First, right? Why are they doing so well? Because they didn't just sell a course; they built a community.
Right.
So now there are 12,000 people that came to Atlanta because they built a community.
Yep.
If anyone can build a community, I don't care if it's 5 or 10 or 100 people, you will never be broken that day in your life. You will never be broke. In fact, it's better to get 100 true people who love you than to get 1,000,000 fans. Fans, they change. Fans can be your fan today, tomorrow they go be a fan of somebody else.
Right.
But your tribe, they're gonna vibe with you forever.
Gotcha.
Or at least for a long time. So be intentional to building a community and bringing them at least once a month, once a week, whereby they can connect with you,
Yeah.
you can pour into them, and they know you are their leader, just like Moses trying to lead them to the promised land. You're gonna deal with everybody right there. You gotta build a community in 2023 and beyond.
Yes.
You must. And Voza is a platform to build it too. So
Bonds are taking us to the promised land, y'all. So, talk to us about some of your other ventures. Like we discussed, this is new for you.
Yeah.
You were not an engineer. You were not in tech.
Yeah.
So, what have you been doing for, like how did you get to here? What were your beginnings like?
Yeah.
Did you come from money? Did you have
No.
people, kind of pushing you to be an entrepreneur? How did you end up here?
Good question. So I was born and raised in Nigeria. You can tell from my accent. So I came to America with only $100 and a suitcase of clothes. So I came poor and broke. So the dream was to be a medical doctor and live the American dream. But halfway through school and stuff, I found that my true calling and passion was entrepreneurship. And so I switched from medical school and got a degree in business and marketing and stuff like that. So I didn't come from money. I only came with America $100. But I've always followed a principle in business, which was to always solve my pain. Every business I've ever had was because of a pain I had.
Yeah.
And then when I see a business, I see a pain, I figure out other people have the pain. If I can see at least a pain that I can solve for at least 1,000,000 people, then that's a business concept for me.
Right.
So before Voza, I've always been doing coaching, consulting, courses. I also had tax offices too. I kind of have one now. At one point, I had 5 here in the city of Atlanta. Then I also have a Christian university. And that was also because of a pain I had, which was my wife finished, I think, 2009, a master's degree, and it set us back $54,000 in student loan debt. She couldn't get a job that would pay her more than $15 an hour.
Wow.
But then
With a doctorate?
No, she had a master's
master's.
degree at the time.
Wow.
So she couldn't get a job to pay her more than $15 an hour. She was just discouraged. She didn't want to work. She said she was going to figure out entrepreneurship as well.
Right.
And then she wasted like 3 years of her life. So I just sat there one day. I was like, this doesn't make sense. She would never work with it because she can't really find a good job that'll pay her what she's worth.
Right.
But yeah, she has to pay this debt.
Right.
So I said, okay, there's so many other people too that will want a fast track, Christian-based, degree to their name that they can finish faster and not have to deal with the loan that we have to suffer and pay for. And so that was the idea that started Higher Place Christian University.
So you have a university?
Yes.
Are you a professor?
I'm a professor,
Okay.
I'm a chancellor, and I'm the founder of Higher Place Christian University.
Love it.
We started in 2010.
Okay.
So we are 13 years now as a university, and we've had over 7,500 students that
Wow.
have come through our degrees and programs. But that's not even the best part. My proudest moment with Higher Place Christian University is our alumni have generated, listen now, 5 billion with a B, $5 billion in revenue and in wealth
Wow.
since 2010. It feels like the favor of God is on the school
Yes.
because we've seen people making six figures and they get their doctorate. And it's like their confidence increases. It feels like their asking price, their offer, everything changes. They go from 6 to 7, they go from 5 to 6. We have a couple of our alumni that have generated $1 billion each, at least two that I know. A couple of them are $100 million years,
Right.
$100 million month, no,
Right.
not years, $10 million month. So I don't want to name drop, but if you look at some of our stuff, all right, so many of the
Can you name
black,
drop? Because I like
I
names.
mean, I mean from Dr. Myron Golden,
Right.
Dr. David
should've known.
Imonitier, his business now is doing over $100 million a year.
Yes.
Marco Rosso, he's helped his client generate over $1 billion in revenue. Who else again? Mosquitoes,
Okay.
Marvin Mitchell.
He'll be dropping my name next
Yeah,
next time.
yeah, definitely. Definitely. A lot of them do 8 figures in their businesses, and not even that too. One of my favorite too. And this lady, she was making about $70,000 a year as a coach, and she got a doctorate degree from our school. She went from 70,000 to 250,000 in a year. It's like our confidence, our
So let me
courage
ask you
just
this. So are they
goes up.
learning tools and
Yeah,
skills through the program
yeah.
to increase?
Yeah, the tools, the knowledge, but I think the most important thing is just the confidence
belief.
that increase, that belief goes up,
Yeah.
right? So we just had Sarah Fontenot. I don't know if you know her.
Yep.
And she was also part of the commencement speaker at that last one, and she said something. She said, "Put respect to my name," right? So sometimes that confidence is okay. I'm a doctor now. I have a PhD to my name now, so you all need to treat me better.
Right.
So I deserve what I want. Sometimes it's that mindset shift.
Yeah.
I also heard Eric Thomas, E.T.
Yep.
We didn't get this from our school, but I also have a video on our school Instagram page where he said that before his doctorate, his money was somewhere. When he got his PhD, his money went up, quote and unquote. His money went up after he got his PhD. So just that confidence, that courage, that mindset shift,
Yeah.
that just bring forth greater results for people I'm seeing.
I love it.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. And for our school too, we are usually the only opportunity a lot of people have to have a degree to their name. Because a lot of people that come to our school, they're usually very successful people. They have money, but what has prevented them from having advanced degrees to their name is time.
Yeah.
They don't have 4 years to go
Right.
sit in traditional school, learning from people that they are richer than, right? But
Who wants to do that?
exactly. But with our program, it's 100% online.
Okay.
It's flexible and is a self-paced program.
Okay.
So we don't follow traditional school semesters. So you can start today and finish whenever you want.
Gotcha.
So they can spread out as much as they want or just knock it
On
out
average,
as fast.
how quickly are people knocking out the program?
9 months to a year.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I know, a lot of people have this idea that to get your doctorate, you have to go bachelor, master's, and doctorate.
Yes.
That's not true, right?
It's true.
It is?
Yeah. Even with
So
our school,
I
we do.
thought that you could, I didn't, so I thought for your PhD, for most PhD
Most schools-
programs, you don't need a master's degree.
Most schools you do.
Okay.
There might be some few schools that might have some kind
I'm
of
talking regular. I've
Yeah.
looked at regular programs. Like I went to Rutgers in New Jersey,
Yeah.
and I think you can just enroll in the PhD program.
I would like to learn more about the school, but most schools I know of,
Yeah.
you need to have a bachelor's and master's before. But some schools might have some kind of test or assessment, or they can do like life experience credits, some kind of assessment to help them to justify that.
Gotcha.
For most schools, we do that. But for us, for example, we have hybrid programs too. Because most people come to our school, their main goal is to get a doctorate degree, but sometimes they don't have a bachelor's.
That's what I was going to
So
ask you. You have to have a
yeah,
bachelor's.
so sometimes we have to, have them do their bachelor's. Then for the masters and
So do you offer bachelor
yeah,
programs? Okay.
bachelor's, master's, doctorate programs. They also have a hybrid programs too, whereby instead of going through bachelor's, master's, doctorate, you can just do your bachelor's,
Yeah.
then do your master's and PhD together.
Gotcha.
So you finish faster.
Yeah.
Or sometimes too, if you have relevant life or business or ministry experience, then we can just credit that degree to you. For example, trying to learn business, right? You already succeed making seven figures. I mean, you already have that experience at that. You can skip the bachelor's at that point.
Right.
Because you have the relevant life experience or business experience that can serve as a credit.
Yeah.
So the school can just confer that degree on you so you can advance to
Oh, so
the
this
next
is
degree.
how all those celebrities
A lot.
get their
A lot
honorary
of them.
degree.
Yeah.
But they don't really go to school, but the schools use their business acumen from their celebrity
Yeah.
as okay.
Not just celebrity, but usually I can't speak for every school,
Yeah.
but for ours is achievement.
Right.
It's impact, right? So you've already done the work.
Yeah.
You've already done, I mean, the results are there.
Yeah.
Then the school can confer a honorary doctorate degree on you
Gotcha.
for that. Yeah. So we offer that as well to
I
people.
love it.
Yeah. And it also helps them to, excel and make more impact in the culture.
Yeah. Awesome. I love it. So you are this amazing businessman. You've been doing this stuff for 20 years. How's your family? You have a big family, you have a lot of children. What's that been like for you since you came to the country?
Yeah, so I'm married, Dr. Fade. Shout out to my wife, Dr. Fade.
Yes, hey girl.
Yeah, she's my co-founder in pretty much all my businesses
I
as
love
well. Yeah, and when we married, we had nothing, and she believed in me, and I promised her I was going to make her rich, and I'm glad I'm able to do that. And just for the fellas out there, I don't do 50-50. I'm not a 50-50 man. I do 100%. So
Period.
my wife, since I became rich, my wife, I've never paid a bill whatsoever in over 10 years.
Wow.
She have no idea what anything costs.
I love it.
And I love that. So that's part of my gift to her for marrying a broke guy with a big vision. So we have 3 kids. We have a 16-year-old, 14-year-old, and an 8-year-old, and we live in Alpharetta.
Nice.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yes, and your wife is the sweetest.
Yeah.
I've met her.
She sent her regards to you too.
Yes. Yes. Hey girl. Oh man, I love it. Awesome. Well, do you have any final words of wisdom that you want to drop on the people?
Yeah.
Let us know, maybe what the next 10 years looks like, maybe for tech, for blacks in tech.
Yeah.
What is emerging and what should we be looking out for when it comes to us building our wealth in the space that you're in?
Okay, so the next 10 years is going to be amazing. Everything is going into AI and automations, and we need more black players. Please, 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 let's look beyond 6-7 figures online coaching, course creation. Let's look more into tech. AI, automations are going to be very, very big, and technology is going to always keep advancing. But my final word to somebody watching right now is to always dream big, right? People have accused me of some stuff, but nobody have ever accused me of thinking too small, right? I've always dreamed bigger than my current financial state.
Right.
I just know if I can start it, God will help me finish it. So dream bigger, get a coach, get a mentor, work on the mindset. That is the key, because I was so broke. I could not afford anything. I could not afford my wedding ring. I could not afford my wife's wedding dress. I bought it for $50 on eBay. That was how broke I was. And I spent $25 to dry clean it. So I've tasted poverty so bad. But what started happening for me to help me go from that to combine with all my businesses, $50 million in net worth, is mindset. I started changing my mindset, started hanging around people and environments that helps me think bigger. Because then I began to understand something. If I can think it and I can step out in faith towards it, God will help me finish it.
Yes.
And every businesses I've done have always been things that is mind blowing, whether black first black-owned tech in our space. University. I was in my 20s when I started Higher Place Christian University.
Wow.
And the next thing I want to start to is a bank.
I've been thinking about bank too.
Yeah, banking.
Yeah.
Banking is very interesting.
It is. You only need 250,000 to start a bank.
And a bank is the only industry that can legally make money off their customers 5 times, and it's legal. It's crazy how much money banks can make.
Wow, and you're in tech too.
I'm in tech.
So like you can have like a digital bank and not even need. Okay.
That's the play.
So that's the play.
But that's why we need more people. We need more people like you to help us.
Right. So that's what I want to know.
We need to get to certain number.
So what I want to know is.
Can I tell you something too?
Yes. Tell me. Talk to me.
It's part of the dream. Lending and banking, right? We want to play in that space, right? So big. But the thing that is holding us back, we already have the technology and the software for it, but we need to get Voza to at least 50,000 customers to make sense. Remember that community?
Yeah.
When you have 50,000 customers and you introduce lending and banking, we already have at least 1,000 customers on day one,
right?
Instead of trying to go fight for 1,000 customers. So we need to get at least 50,000 customers for us to be able to introduce that. But that is definitely in my future, banking and lending.
I love it. So for a person that has some money and is looking to invest in tech or any of this kind of space that you're talking about, how and where, we're not in the rooms where, people are accredited, right? Accredited investors and, maybe don't have opportunity to VC companies because there's not a lot of Black VC companies out there. So how do we take our money and invest in this space so that we can support people and creatives like you?
Awesome. What you do is that find a Black-owned tech company, find the founder, and just send them a DM or an inbox and say, hey, make sure it's a software you like to and believe in, right? Because if you're trying to tell me to invest in crypto, for example, I don't care so much about crypto, but don't hate on me. Just not my thing.
That's
right?
Shocking to hear, being that you're in tech.
Yeah, because some part of it just looked like gambling to me, right?
Yeah.
Some part of it.
So this is what I think about crypto and just currency and money in general, right? Because Voza should probably have a Voza coin. Right. Yeah. And this is the reason. I don't know if you've seen this story about Starbucks, where Starbucks is now making all this money off of their customers' money who, because they have an app. So I load money onto my Starbucks app. I may not go to Starbucks, whatever. I might have $100 sitting on my Starbucks app for the whole year, just because that's how I like to keep my account. So Starbucks now is like a bank because they have 50 million customers with $100 on their account. And they're not paying us any interest. They're not giving us any dividends, right? So essentially what businesses are doing is now turning our money, our earned income into their currency, where you can only spend it on that platform, but cryptocurrency extends that because it is approved as, a use.
Kind of legal tender.
Right, it's approved and it's accepted. It's accepted as a use of exchange. Just like the barter system, just like everything that our currency is bought up on.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think, now, like when I look at it and think about it that way, I feel like every business needs to have that model in it.
Yeah.
Where, you have your Voza coin, and with your Voza coin, now you can replenish your text messaging on your system.
Yeah.
Now you can replenish, whatever.
I like
but
that.
If you do it, if you upload the $2,000 balance or something, then you get a massive discount on A, B, and C, or you get access to this community, or what I'm saying? So I think that is another play for every business.
Yeah, I like that. I think the thing is that the vision is so big, and we have to take it step by step. Right. So certain things it just might not make a lot of sense until we hit certain milestones. Right. I mean, Shopify, for example, and they have as of the last time they announced, they have over 1 million customers.
Really? Wow.
1 million. That's a lot of people.
It is.
And we just 15,000. So we still have some time to grow.
Absolutely.
So when we get to like 50,000 customers, 100,000 customers, there's a lot of things that will just make opportunity, that will just also make it easy to do too, right? So that's one thing we're trying to do, and also build a strong community of mostly Black and brown entrepreneurs and creators.
I love it.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So the way to invest in Black-owned, make sure it's something you really like and passionate about, you believe in. DM or email the founder and say, hey, I like what you're doing. Can we do lunch? Can we do coffee? I want to invest in your company. And please don't be full of BS. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you have real money, right?
What's real money?
I mean, like some people they'll be talking about, I want to invest in your company, and you're like, oh, how much you want to invest? I got $5. No, you know what I'm saying? Not kind of $5, you know. I mean, every company is different. You know,
Yeah.
some companies they can use 10,000,
Right.
some 50, some 100,000, some
Just depending on
70,000,
the
where they are and how much equity you want to buy, right?
right. Gotcha. I love it. Awesome. Well, this was an amazing chat. I appreciate you. You're the first guy that I've interviewed in the tech space. And I didn't even know that, you know, I didn't know the levels. I didn't know the level that we were on here.
Yeah.
So I'm super excited for you. I would love to come and help offer some creative vision or
Okay.
something like that, you know, to the company. But definitely, I'm going to be on Voza.
Yeah. She said it. Because if she doesn't come through, we're going to put her in the shade room and say she didn't keep her word. Okay?
No, and you know we're also going to be friends of you know,
Definitely.
Black Wealth Weekly will be friends and partners of Voza, because I definitely want to support you in your mission to $1 billion.
Let's do
Like,
it.
you know, my whole thing is once it's seen, it can't be unseen. So if I can see that you can literally go out there and start $1 billion business right in front of me,
Yeah.
you know, right next to me, right connected with me,
Yeah.
it's already done.
Let's
You know
do
what I'm
that.
saying? You know, you just need the continued support, and then, you know, maybe that is gonna be able to inspire my son, right? Who I want to come and grow up and be a billionaire too.
Amen.
So, yeah, if you guys are out there, you know, trying to figure your way through tech, and maybe start a tech company, reach out. You know, he's a mentor. He has some great resources available for you. But please let the people know where they can follow you and how to get in touch.
Yeah, everybody. So let's connect. Let's stay in touch. I'm on all social media platforms. Usually it's going to be my first and last name. My first name is Uyi. It's 3-letter words, very simple to spell. I'll spell it for you. U for umbrella, Y for Yankee, I for India. Uyi Abraham on all social media. And also to go to Voza.com, you know, start a free account, try it out, like it, you know, make money online, serve customers. That's what we're about. So we'd love to connect with you.
Awesome. Looking forward to it. Well, King, I appreciate you for coming on and blessing us with this $50 million worth of game. It has been an amazing episode, guys. So make sure that you hit the bell, like and subscribe on this video. Follow Uyi, follow me, Shaniqua Nicole, at Money Maven Club on Instagram, and we'll see you guys next time. Peace. Thank you for watching this week's episode of Black Wealth Weekly. I'm your host, Shaniqua Nicole, and I hope to see you next week. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, turn on them notifications, and head to blackwealthweekly.com where you can read all the new episodes of These Entrepreneurs and so many others.